You're on the Titanic. The ship makes a short, dull jolt. You're lying down in third class, low, too low for it to be just a bad turn. First, silence, then a tremor through the floor. People laugh, nervously, because laughing is easier than thinking. You step into the hallway. The smell is strange, not smoke, more like cold iron and a wet rag. Someone says, "It's nothing. Big ships do that." A comforting phrase, a dangerous one. It switches off the brain. You head toward the stairs. A level below, you can already hear water, not the ocean, a stream that found a crack. The water isn't dangerous because of depth. It's dangerous because it arrives silently, then steals the exit. Someone runs up. Someone else runs down for their bag. You think about your sack too. It has money, a letter, a photo. But that sack will only slow you down, especially when the air turns heavy. You leave it. It hurts, but it's the right call. At the hallway turn, you see a thin ribbon of water sliding across the floor. It glistens in the dim light. That ribbon will soon become a river, which means time is short, and info is even shorter. A steward appears like from the wall, his voice too calm. "Back to your cabins. Everything's under control." The danger isn't that he's lying. The danger is that he doesn't know. He's repeating what he was told to prevent panic, and panic means a crowd, and a crowd breaks ribs faster than water. You don't argue. You nod, you pretend to listen, and walk not back, but sideways, toward the stairs where people are going up on their own. The door upstairs is locked with a gate, set in advance. This isn't safety, it's separation. Water doesn't care about class, but padlocks do. Someone shakes the gate. The metal clatters, you touch the bars, cold and dry. That means the flooding is still far. Gives you minutes, not hours. You spot a narrow passage toward the kitchen. Smells like bread and grease. The scent of normal life, false security. But the kitchen is a maze of doors, storage rooms, stairwells. Easy to get lost, and getting lost now means dying later. You choose to go with people who don't look drunk or hysterical. A man in a cap grips his wife's elbow, tightly. Not aggression, insurance. Crowds tear couples apart. Alone, you're not surviving. Someone whispers, "Ice." One word, and the laughter disappears. You remember, night, cold, flat sea. Ice is dangerous because it doesn't strike twice. One cut, that's enough. You turn toward a service stairway. No gate there, just a door with a "no entry" sign. The door is slightly open. It's dark inside, a chance or a trap. A woman behind says, "They might kick us out." True. On the upper decks, people might stop you, not with water, but with rules. And people tend to defend order, even when the order is sinking. You step in first, quiet, on your toes, not because you're a hero, because noise is a signal for guards. The stairs are narrow. You climb one flight, hear footsteps and voices above. English, fast, irritated, which means there's a barrier up there, and decisions being made about who gets through. You stand in the dark. Two options, bad and worse. Option 1, go back to the gate and wait for it to open. Easier on the nerves, but water doesn't wait. Option 2, keep going and risk being turned away. Risk someone falling on the stairs. A domino effect. You hear splashing below, louder. You inhale. Dry air is still here. You decide, better to be turned away up top than trapped down below. You climb another flight, light above. And immediately, back. Not a shout, a command. Commands are dangerous. Crowds obey them faster than the brain thinks. A sailor stands at the door. Gloved hands, stone face. He looks through you, not at you. You're a flow to stop. You don't push forward. That's stupid. You'd be shoved back, fall. Others fall after you. Narrow stairs. Chain reaction. You raise your hands. Empty. Kids. Woman. You point behind you to the couple. Not noble, tactical. With them, your odds go up. The sailor hesitates. 1 second. Even he has a principle louder than rules. He opens the door, just wide enough. Quick! You tumble into the second-class corridor. Carpets here. No smell of people. Smells like polish and perfume. Second class is dangerously quiet. People wait because everything's decent, but the ship doesn't care. You walk along the wall, avoid eye contact. A glance invites a question. A question slows you down. You hear orchestra music. That means up top, they're still pretending there's control. That lulls people. You remember the life vest. You don't have it. Going back down means risking time and stares. You choose the bad option over the fatal one. No vest, but upward. Could be a mistake. But going down is almost guaranteed to get cut off. You reach the open deck. The cold eats your fingers instantly. Cold makes you clumsy. Clumsiness near the rail means falling. People stand in clusters, like at a bus stop. Some in coats, some in nightgowns. That means the rumor's spreading. Soon comes the wave when everyone runs. An officer yells, "Women and children!" His voice steady but eyes darting. He doesn't know how much time's left. He just keeps order. Without it, the boat won't leave. The lifeboat hangs on pulleys. The ropes creak. You don't stand too close. If something snaps, it hits the closest, the impatient ones. The man in the cap shoves his wife forward. She freezes. Small boat sounds scarier than big ship. Common mistake. Big ship sinks slow, but sinks. Small boat has one job: stay afloat. You say to her, "Get in." No asking. Asking takes time. The officer looks at you. A man, extra. But the boat must be full, or it leaves half empty. That's inefficient. He nods. You'll row. That's both a ticket and a sentence. No turning back. You sit. The wood is ice. You grip the edge, not the rope. Rope can slide. Fingers can get caught. The boat lowers. The riskiest part is when people stand. A woman rises. The boat tilts. You hiss, "Sit." She does. Not because you're right, because she sees the tilt. You push off. The ship beside you? A wall. And that wall is leaning now. A tilt means soon the crowd above won't walk. They'll be pulled. Someone yells, "Row away!" You row. Short strokes. No heroics. Overexertion in cold is a trap. You'll collapse later. You need rhythm, not glory. Behind you, the noise blends into one roar, voices too close in the dark. In the boat, debate. Go back or not? Going back means people in water grab at anything. One pull and the boat flips. A flipped boat saves no one. You row on. It's a nasty decision, but it keeps the boat alive. You hate yourself a second later, but you're still afloat. Night drags. Your oar gathers ice. You scrape it off, carefully. Drop it, and you lose control. And control is survival. By morning, distant lights of another ship. Danger now is relaxing. If you stop moving your fingers, they stop being yours. You keep working until you're hauled aboard. You glance around. The woman is here. The man in the cap isn't. You don't ask. Answers won't change anything. Summary. Your odds improved because you didn't go back for your belongings, you avoided the locked gate via a side route, you stuck to walls and avoided conflict, you entered the boat calmly, you stayed clear of cargo and ropes, you rode with rhythm and preserved warmth. Your odds worsened because you didn't have a life vest. You entered a dark zone without a map. You risked being stopped by guards. You chose not to return for those in the water, morally hard and conflict-prone in the boat.